Hey there, how's it going? Vladimir Donis here. So hey, I wanted to jump online to do a quick video, and the title of today's video is Local Business Strategies. So essentially, I'm going to be talking to you about the notion of a sales funnel, and I'm also going to be talking to you about the notion of an ad, education, and also your sales and or your offer process. But before I get into the actual content, I'm going to go ahead and provide you with some context. I believe that every business owner needs to have a marketing plan, which is why when I work with businesses, I use a three-step process: reach, engage, and attract. Now, this has three core steps. Those are the three core steps. Each core steps has prerequisites, and the prerequisite that I'm going to be pulling from today is I'm going to be pulling from the conversion process to go ahead and deliver this specific content. Now, when I think about the terminology local business strategies, essentially I have to think about my transition. So essentially I start off with having a dating site, and then I kind of just transition with working with local businesses. So I want to kind of just start off with pretty much letting you know what the differences are, because sometimes some people don't know how to make the transition properly, and it's important that I kind of just point out how you make that transition. So my first sales process, per se, my first sales funnel happened all on one page, all on one website, I should say. So essentially, the way that someone would arrive to my specific sales process is that they would go to Google, and they would type in something via Google. It could be that, hey, you know what? I'm looking for dates near me. If they typed in that specific key phrase, they could arrive to my specific website. When they arrived to my specific website, they would read content. So they would consume content. The content could be about 500 words or 1,000 words. They would consume that specific content. And inside that specific content, every other paragraph or so, I would have a call to action. And what my call to action would be is my call to action would tell them to download a free guide. Download a free guide on how to dance, on how to connect with people on the dance floor, so on and so forth. And then after they downloaded that specific free guide, right, I would ask them to sign up for my dating site. In some instances, they would sign up for the dating website right then and there. However, under other circumstances, they probably would not sign up for the dating site. And guess what? If they did not sign up for the dating site, one of the things that I would do is I would send them a series of emails. I had maybe about 12 or 13 different series of emails that I would send them on a daily basis, pretty much giving them additional content so that way they can go back and sign up for the specific dating website. So now that was my specific sales process. It made sense for me. It made sense for the specific type of service or the specific type of product that I was offering, right? However, when I made the specific transition, I had to understand that that sales process worked for my specific type of business. However, for a local business, that sales process may not necessarily work for a local business. A local business process may be something like this. A local business could be that, hey, you create an ad on social media. After you create the ad on social media, right, the individual clicks on the ad, and after the person clicks on the ad, the person go ahead and consume content. They can go to a web page and consume content, and after they consume content, they may have to go ahead and schedule a consultation call, right? So I had to kind of just consider that, I cannot force a local business to go ahead and fall into my sales funnel process, a sales funnel process that worked for my dating website, because it's two completely different businesses. What happens sometimes is that, as individuals kind of just transition from doing one type of business to the other type of business, is that they try and change the local business sales process. The idea is that the local business already has a sales process. If your local business, if your sales process is someone gets on the phone with you, you have a conversation with that person, you give that person an education session per se, you consult the person, you give the person some ideas, some things that they have to consider, some things that they have to do differently, and then after that you make them an offer. That's your sales process. So me, if I'm working with you as a marketer, I shouldn't go and change your sales process per se. My only job at that point is to go ahead and to dump as many people into your sales process as possible. Some of the common things that I noticed, and I can understand how this is something very, 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 very obvious or very, very common, is that, some individuals, as they transition from one business type to the next business type, is that we try and change the specific individual that we're working with. We try and change your sales process. You shouldn't change your specific sales process just because the sales funnel or the sales process you understand is from a completely different industry, because they have a sales process that's already in place. So for instance, if I'm working with a local business, and that local business has been for a very long time, has been, having, people call them, and as people call them, these specific individuals have a conversation with them, and then the conversation turns into a sale. Well, my job at that specific time, at that specific point, is my job is not to create a completely new sales process for them. My job is not to change a specific sales process. My job at that point is to go ahead and to drive as many people into the sales process as possible. My sales funnel, my first sales funnel for my dating site, all happened on one page. However, when I'm working with local businesses, My goal is to marry with their existing sales process and to go ahead and just drive people into the process. So it's important to point out that, with my dating site, my sales funnel happened on one page. However, with a local business, the sales funnel could be a three-step process. Process being step one, being, hey, this is the ad. The ad, offers, the ad pretty much, says, hey, this is what I offer. This is how you can go ahead and go to the next step. And then after the person sees the ad, the person, can go ahead and schedule a call right then and there, or you can send a person to a specific website. Whatever the existing sales process is, your job is, when you're working with local businesses, you want to go ahead and just marry the current sales process that exists. Your job is not to change the sales process. However, your job is to go ahead and just drive leads into an existing, sales process. One of the things that I'm doing is that, if you're a local business and you need help with your marketing, is that I can go ahead and become your marketing guy. And if we decide that I'm the right fit, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to take this specific roadmap, and I'm going to help you implement a marketing plan that is specific and that is going to marry your sales process that you already have in place. There's going to be a link somewhere on this page, and the link is going to allow you to request additional information, at which time what I'll do is I'll go ahead and send you the details, and then we can go ahead and talk about what the next steps are. Hey, that's my time. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon.